Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is the very first ever book club video and I am so excited. So you may have noticed that the background is just a little bit different. This is the studio I use when I film my second channel, Spooky Marshmallow, which you can find a link to down in the description below. Okay, so let's get to this month's selection for book club, which was a book by John Acuff called Soundtracks. I loved this book. I took so much away from that book. He had so many good points. It was very well written. Let me just talk about some of the things that I found with this book that I took away. It is available on Amazon for $17.99 and you can find it down in my kit in the description box below. One of the things that he mentioned was help ease your mind by asking yourself 3 questions. Number 1, is it true? Number 2, is it helpful? And number 3, is it kind? So when you start thinking negative thoughts about yourself in your mind, ask yourself those 3 questions. And if the answer is no to all 3 of those questions, just try to delete the memory or change the soundtrack, meaning immediately think of something positive that you've done. Next was, when the broken soundtracks get loud, develop relaxing and involving type activities to get your mind moving on to something else. Examples are working out, Lego sets, to-do lists, or hang out with friends or play games. I do all of those above except Lego sets. But I have heard that some adults now actually are starting to go back to doing their Lego sets to help fight anxiety and stress, because it's very relaxing and it gets your mind focused on something else other than the broken soundtrack in your mind. Start a new soundtrack with somebody else's song. Example, a motivational speaker or favorite quote. He mentions Dave Chappelle having Kanye on an episode of the Chappelle Show before Kanye made it big. While watching footage and edits, Dave recalls Kanye getting a phone call. On the call, Kanye told the caller, No, I can't, because I'm at the edit for the Dave Chappelle Show watching sketches that no one has seen before. Then he paused and said, because my life is dope and I do dope shit. Then he hung up. What a phrase. Like, Dave Chappelle has, remembered that phrase from Kanye all these years. Because I'm dope and I do dope shit. That's what you should be thinking. Yes, I love that. Somebody put that on a pillow for me because I love that saying. Don't fight it, flip it by turning negative worry thoughts into positive ones. So like I said a few minutes ago, when the soundtracks start getting negative and you start feeling the anxiety or the nervousness, flip it. Just immediately think, what did I do good? What have I done that is good? And if you need help, look at pictures. Get out your phone. Go to Facebook. Look at all the posts that you have posted that are positive posts. Or, Instagram. Look at all the positive things that you have done and stop and reflect on it. If you need to write it down, write it down. Make a journal. Make a journal of positive thoughts and positive activities that you have done to change the soundtrack. Say to yourself, I'm the one who is going to retire my broken soundtracks. Replace them with new ones and repeat the new ones. Then do it. Work hard to do it. And finally, I had noted, use a symbol to remind you of your new soundtracks or happy moments. Example could be travel souvenirs or a rock from a special place, pictures, clothes, even colors that relax you. So, like I said before, anything that will calm and relax you, even if it's just to look at a certain color or smell. Aromatherapy, you guys, works wonders. I believe in aromatherapies. Oh, they're fantastic. Like a calming lavender or eucalyptus is what does it for me. So, even if you get the roll-ons, like a lot of places now, they will have aromatherapy roll-ons, like spiritual stores, and you can buy these roll-ons and you just, roll it on your hand or whatever, and you just sniff when you need to. There is a healing and spiritual store just literally down the street from my house, and they have a ton of them. They have some for anxiety, some for depression, stress, if you're feeling a cold coming on. Like, you name it, they probably have an aromatherapy roll-on for it, seriously. And they're usually anywhere between $5 and $10. It just depends on where you get it from. Heck, they probably even have some on Amazon. I don't know, haven't bought any from there, but I'm sure they probably do. Okay, so that's going to be it for the soundtracks, again by John Acuff. I was turned on to John Acuff by a friend of mine, a fellow Dave Ramsey follower. She had heard about him through Dave Ramsey, and she was interested in this book. So she bought the book, and then she told me that I need to definitely check it out. So I did, and I only have good things to say about this book. Now, John Acuff does have more books, and I may do another one of his books later on. I'm not sure. But, yeah, definitely soundtracks. It is worth the $17.99. I will tell you that. Let me tell you because you read it once, okay, and then life happens. And even though you try your best to flip those soundtracks, sometimes, life gets in the way and you forget to do that. And so you feel like you're bogged down once again. And it always helps to get out that book, that reference, and just reread it and get a refresher on it. So it is definitely a keeper book. I will say that. So I definitely am not sorry for the $17.99 from Amazon. Okay, so having said that, let's move on to what our next book is going to be for the month. And it is called The Money Tree, a story about finding the fortune in your backyard. It's written by Chris Yellowboo. I'm sure I just really botched that. But this is going to be the next book that we are going to read, and you should be able to find this at most booksellers, probably I would say in Amazon. If I find it in Amazon, I will leave a link down in the description below. This book was loaned to me by a friend of mine. She loaned it to me and she said, you have to read this. I said, okay. And so I thought, wow, that's perfect timing for the next book club book. So once again, it is called The Money Tree, a story about finding the fortune in your own backyard. This author apparently has written another book called The $100 Startup. So this will be pretty interesting. It's a really thick book, so yeah, I need to dig into this book immediately. So it says right here in the sleeve there, it says, what if the solution to your money problems is right in front of you? Ooh, makes me want to read it. Okay, so I mean, who wouldn't like that, right? Okay, so that's gonna end it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And please like and subscribe. And what else do I have to say? I think that's it for now. So I hope you have enjoyed this first episode of Book Club. And like I said, I am going to be doing one of these every single month. We are going to be doing a new video. So, this is Miss Lottie Doll saying ta-ta for now.